Welcome back, and we are going to talk about the topic of conducting appraisals. Remember that the appraisal time is never a very comfortable time for the employees. The reason is very obvious, and the obvious reason is basically that the employee is always claiming that he or she has done the best work, and mostly the employers, they are not much satisfied with whatever you have done throughout the year. Okay, because that is again their natural response, because they would be always asking for more. Okay, so that is the reason that this topic is very crucial, and we have to be very much sensitive when we have to talk about that appraisal time and the appraisal day. Okay, so the basic definition of the appraisal interview is that appraisal interview is an interview in which the supervisor and subordinate review the appraisal and make plans to remedy deficiencies and reinforce strengths. Okay, so adequate preparation and effective implementation are therefore essential. और इसमें भी ये बात वाजिया हो रही है कि deficiencies लोगों के साथ एसोसिएटेड होती हैं, लेकिन अभी आपको मैंने जैसे पिछले सेशन में भी बताया कि ये जरूरी नहीं कि डेफिशिएंसी हमेशा शख्स के साथ ही होगी, डेफिशिएंसी अक्सर औकात सिस्टम के साथ भी एसोसिएटेड वो हो सकती है. तो वी हैव टू बी केयरफुल कि हम जो भी स्टांस वो अडॉप्ट कर रहे हैं, उस स्टांस की हमारे पास प्रॉपर ग्राउंड और प्रॉपर लॉजिकल रीजनिंग के साथ एक्सप्लेनेशंस वो मौजूद हों. सो अब हम थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ अप्रेजल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स वो देखते हैं. अगर हमारा अप्रेजल टाइप इज दैट द परफॉर्मेंस इज सैटिस्फैक्टरी एंड एम्प्लॉय इज प्रमोटेबल, द ऑब्जेक्टिव वुड बी मेक डेवलपमेंट प्लान्स फॉर द फ्यूचर. अगर हमारा अप्रेजल टाइप इज दैट इट इज नॉट सैटिस्फैक्टरी work and it is not promotable situation, so the objective would be to maintain the performance. And if it is unsatisfactory and it should be correctable as well, तो उस वक्त जो हमारा stance होगा that would be to take the corrective action. तो ये तीन तरह के हमारे objective results हैं जो कि appraisal type से हम drive वो कर पाते हैं. अब important चीजें जो हमें appraisal interview के दौरान ज़हन में रखनी है, that is that be direct and specific, talk in terms of objective work data. Okay, number two, don't get personal, you are too slow in producing those parts. Okay, so the expression of you is getting more personal. Okay, so what we have to say and what we can talk about is that the performance results are not up to the standard, or our expectations from that your department are more. Okay, so rather than getting personal, you have to generalize your statement in terms of the objective discussion. Number three, encourage the person to talk and stop and listen to what the person is saying. So give room to the other person for the explanations, give room to the other person for justifications, and that is his or her right to talk in terms of his or her defense. Okay, so don't tiptoe around. Make sure the person leaves knowing exactly what they are doing right and wrong. Okay, and for that, the important thing you need to present is the action plan. Then every person in the appraisal time, in the appraisal interview, should be presented with the action plan, that what are the deficiencies they need to look at, what are the strengths they need to be proud of, and obviously what are the courses of action required by the organization in the long run. So the action plans are basically talking about exactly the measures, exactly the steps and procedures, excuse me, which needed to be followed. And at the same time, a defensive subordinate is a very natural, reaction of the person, because understanding and dealing with defensiveness is an important appraisal skill. Okay, so remember that the person you are going to talk with for appraisal is going to be defensive, और उसके साथ tackle करना एक technical aspect है. It is not just that you are able to deal with all the defensive people all the time. So defensive behavior is normal. There is nothing wrong in it. It's very much natural. Never attack a person's defenses. So let the person explain his or her point of view. Sometimes it is best to do nothing at all. Okay, and it is very much advised. Okay, sometimes you just need to have a listening ear and many things will be resolved automatically. and recognize your own limitations. Don't expect to be able to solve every problem that arise. Okay, तो ऐन मुमकिन है कि आपके सिस्टम के अंदर भी कंडीशंस और कंस्ट्रेंट्स हों जिसकी वजह से कि एम्प्लॉय ठीक से परफॉर्म वो नहीं कर पा रहा है. सो हमें इस चीज को भी अंडरस्टैंड करना है और हमेशा ये बात नहीं होगी कि कसूर जो है वो एक एम्प्लॉय का ही है. So you have to use constructive criticism. You have to provide examples. Avoid yearly critical broadsides by giving frequent feedback. ठीक है, आप एक ओवरव्यू के अंदर बात एट द एंड ऑफ द ईयर वो ना करें, बिकॉज बहुत सी चीजें जो क्रिटिकल इंसिडेंट्स ड्यूरिंग द ईयर हो रहे हैं दे वुड बी ignored. So आपको ड्यूरिंग द ईयर परफॉर्मेंस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम का सहारा लेना चाहिए. 24/7 365 आपके पास रिकॉर्ड्स होने चाहिए कि व्हाट व्हेन वेयर बाय हाउ आपकी परफॉर्मेंस कैसी चल रही थी और कहां पर क्या डेफिशिएंसी थी जिसको वहीं पर ठीक किया जा सकता था. So no real surprises at formal appraisal. At the end, एकदम से कोई आप employee के साथ ऐसा काम नहीं करें कि जिससे the shock of life is there. No surprises should be there. Everything should be in black and white, and everything should be already disclosed and shared. Okay. So criticism should be objective, and objective means that it should be quantified and it should be measured in a right way. So how to ensure improved performance? Your author says that set improvement goals, establish comfort zone, allow employee influences, and obviously provide constructive information. And we'll be talking about these things in a couple of slides. So what is an appraisal interview then? An appraisal interview is one-on-one interview. Okay, mostly it's not like a panel interview type. It's a one-on-one interview. So it takes place at least once a year, requires both parties to prepare for it, is semi-structured, and is carried out by employees and the direct supervisor during the using the specific contents. Now, appraisal interview has got certain principles which are to be followed. So there are 5 principles which underlie effective appraisal interviews. They apply whether the appraisal is simple feedback, review, or review of work done, or a rating and assessment scheme. For example, level 1, which is talking about the principle 1, which is the starting point. The appraisal interview is not an isolated event, but should be part of ongoing performance management. Principle 2, the manager's role is to help employees perform successfully. Principle 3, in developmental appraisal, the interview is less about what the manager thinks than what the employees think. Principle 4, the interview is more effective when it focuses on good performance. And principle number 5, the interview is more effective when it focuses on future plans. It should be properly and accordingly developed. The appraisal interview is also going to incorporate certain steps and instructions. The instructions are that although appraisal is an ongoing process, it is the yearly, half-yearly, or irregularly held appraisal interview that gives the whole process focus and meaning. Employees in particular judge schemes and the credibility of the appraisers by what happens during the brief but all important context of the appraisal interview. So the first step would be that the aims should be clear. Clarify your aims in doing appraisal. Then number 2, preparation. Follow the preparation plan for well-prepared reviews. Number 3, shape and structure. Decide what shape your appraisal session will have. Number 4, agenda. Clearly what you and your staff members will talk about. Number 5, the tone. Why your appraisal tone should be, flirty, in a way that the person should be feeling at comfort. And number 6, the skills. Make appraisals more enjoyable by learning the skills. And number 7 is follow-up. Why a follow-up plan is often forgotten but essential. And number 8, worksheet and key points are linked with the complete the worksheet and review the topic so that the proper action plans are to be discussed, shared, and distributed. These steps are also given in this particular format as well. It can be introduction, which is establish the possible purpose of the meeting, then discussing the agenda, that is basically the agree on items for discussion with employee, then the discussion execution, which is initiate the two-way communication, then the action plan, agree on the action needed to achieve objectives, then the summary to ask employee to summarize agreed actions, and then obviously follow up that monitor action plan and the objectives. So this is basically the checklist during the appraisal interview, and the checklist you are looking at is talking about that did you discuss each goal or objective established for this employee? Are you and the employee clear on the areas of agreement and disagreement? Did you and the employee cover all positive skills, traits, accomplishments, areas of growth, and etc.? Did you reinforce the employee's accomplishments? Did you give the employee a sense of what you thought of his or her potential or ability? Are you both clear on areas where improvement is required, expected, demanded, and desired? What training or development recommendations did you agree on? Did you indicate consequences for non-compliance if appropriate? And did you set good objectives for the next appraisal period, which would be talking about the objective specific measurable aspects? And obviously standards to be discussed for evaluation. These are important and they should be time framed. In the checklist, we can also think about that. Did you set a time for next evaluation? Did you confirm that your part would be, what your part would be, and did the employee confirm his or her part? And did you thank the employee for his or her efforts, which are on the positive note? Okay, so these are the typical checklists which we need to carry with us during the appraisal interview. Excuse me. Now, preparing for the appraisal interview, it says that assemble necessary documents, notes, and formal, procedures, which may include job description, performance standard, previous appraisals, letters of commendation and no criticism, samples of work, records of disciplinary action. All of these things should be ready with you. Schedule a mutually convenient date, time, place for the interview. Allow for a private face-to-face meeting, no interruptions. Allot ample time to allow for meaningful discussion, and obviously encourage employees self-assessment. This is very, very, very important. Now, sample assessment questions can be that how successfully did you match your objectives for the review period? Okay, let the person talk about it. What are your main achievements? Let the person talk about it. In what areas could you develop your performance, and how could this be achieved? So the employee has the right to, to be defensive and to put his arguments in this regard. So were there any changes in your role in the last review period, and do you foresee any future changes? And what problems or challenges did you encounter in carrying out your role last review period? So how did you overcome them, and are there still barriers to achieving all your objectives? These are all the things which are to be discussed in the self-assessment sample questionnaire. So during the time of the interview, and why the tear is dropping from the clippert's eye, because it is a very sensitive time when people usually, they are broken emotionally. So what you have to do to, console them, to be empathetic in your concerns, that welcome the employee. You have to act like icebreakers, offer to get employees something to drink, and solicit employee feelings. For example, Suleiman, usually employees feel a little nervous about these meetings. So how are you feeling right now? So this is how you should be coming up with your statements, so that the other person should be feeling comfortable with you. So convey your feelings, which is like, I always worry that these meetings are going to be difficult. I try to remind myself that we have done all our homework, so there won't be any surprises. So, your tone should be comfortable, your tone should be friendly. So when you are going to conduct the appraisal interview, remind employee of the purpose of the interview and meeting, so that there should not be any subjective data discussion. Review the agenda, invite the employee to start talking, to take the lead, apply the 19-10 rule, which is employee talks about 90% of the time and you talk only 10% of the time, which is usually only the question. So be a good listener and take notes from time to time. Be direct and specific in communication. Use open questions to encourage discussion, and obviously stress positive aspects of employee performance, both at beginning and the end of the interview. You have to, smile and maintain a good eye contact, and still remember that you have to keep the people separated from the problem. Then, read non-verbal signs, when during the talk, the facial expressions, the body gestures. So non-verbal signals in terms of body language and facial expressions provide clues as to how the employee is feeling throughout the interview. Recognize the facial expressions, for example, the eye contact and eye movement, tone of voice, which might be hesitant, questioning, firm, facial expressions, relaxed, questioning, and tense. Watch for changes in facial expressions, so that you can even postpone the meeting for a day or two, so that that things could be sorted out and things could be settled down. So focus on improving performance and not disciplining employee. Okay, on the day of performance appraisal, on the day of your interview session, it is not the time when you are going to discipline everybody. It is basically the time to check that what they have done and what they have missed. Okay, so emphasize your willingness to help the employee in improving his or her performance. Avoid getting personal. That is very important. Evaluate performance and not personality traits or characteristics. Avoid being judgmental. Avoid focusing on attitude or personality problems unless they affect individual or group work. And obviously think in terms of performance only. Compare work results to set standards. And the last but not the least point on the slide is that stay calm and relaxed at all times and do not argue with the employee, because that is not actually the purpose of the meeting, in fact. Obviously, provide constructive criticism that are specific, not general, and that maintain the employee's dignity and sense of worth. Avoid using the word always. For example, you are always wrong. You are always late in doing assignment. Always is a hard word. Okay, so don't use such words in your discussion. So do not attribute motives, justifications to employees' actions. Focus on the facts. Okay, so discuss critical job functions and responsibilities and give examples of performance results. Recognize work accomplishments, identify areas of improvement of work, and obviously address performance gaps. So these are all the details we need to be sensitive about. We need to be, trained even that how to conduct these appraisal interviews, because they are very sensitive and very technical and very crucial in their nature. So set up a performance improvement plan that spells out specific actions to be taken, identify training and development opportunities, discuss career development plans, cover all questions, issues, problems raised in the interview, encourage employee participation throughout the interview, ask the employee to summarize the action plan, and obviously end the session on a positive note, so that you should not be losing your repute and the organizational repute in the eyes of the candidate or the employee. So there are certain aspects in which we should be handling performance problems. For example, performance problems can be linked with a lack of necessary skills or information that is preventing the employee from performing to standard. So ways to address it, isko kaise theek karenge, identify gaps in knowledge, skills, or coaching, and select appropriate development activities to help the employee meet required standards, and set objectives for continuous improvement. This is how you're going to tackle with this problem. When you have to deal with the problem of motivation, so remember, a decrease in effectiveness due to understimulation or boredom or stress resulting from too great a challenge. So ab is masle ko hal kaise karna hai? Ways to address it. Number one, identify development activities that will re-energize the employee in their role, and review tasks that have been delegated to the employee. So are you overstretching them or what? So you have to be clear about it. When there are problems of distraction, so an inability to concentrate and be effective at work, maybe due to a personal problem that is claiming an individual attention. So how can we, address it? Be sympathetic if necessary. Agree time off work so that problems can be attended to, and recognize when to refer an employee to experts if performance fails to pick up. Sometimes there is a problem of alienation as well, which means a rejection of and feeling of non-involvement, the job and organization, where there is a history of long-term frustration. So how can you address it? Find out how the problem has arisen. Is it the result of lack of challenge or neglect? Consider referral to a career counselor or help the employee resolve the issue. So we are also identifying the ways in which these problems can be addressed. So the summary of the chapter is that people want and need feedback, and we should be there for the purpose. Okay, so an appraisal gives them that feedback. Number two, clarify the performance you expect in advance. Number three, evaluate performance frequently. Okay, and frequently may include yearly, monthly, biannually, semi-annually. It all depends on what you have written in your policy statement and what justifications you have for that particular time frame. But it should be frequently, so that the big surprises at the end of the year should not be there. So be familiar with the performance. Make sure there is agreement concerning job duties, and finally solicit person's help. The next point we have is we discuss 3 types of appraisal interviews. we have to be careful about those, that either the person is promotable or not promotable, what about his employability, how questioning is the succession planning. So we have to be careful about these things. Okay, so to cause a constructive change in subordinates behavior, get person to talk. Okay, so let them speak their heart out, let them speak the point of view they are going to come up with. And obviously appraisals help in managing performance by providing concrete and not threatening basis for analysis of employees work related performance. So that basically concludes our coursework of compensation and benefits. We talked about compensation and benefits in the first half of the course, and the second half was obviously linked with the performance management system. Okay, so I hope and pray that you will be there to implement all these things in their letter and spirit, and you will be there, inshallah, to find out the ways with which our organizations can cope up with their associated problems, dilemmas, and issues, and the employees are able to be more involved, engaged, and motivated to come up with the higher levels of performance. May Allah guide us in the right direction. Jazakallah khair. Thank you.